Welcome back to OpenLine tonight. I hope you're enjoying this conversation. It's got the wheels churning in your head. I'm here with Jim Brown, the author of Ending Our Uncivil War, talking about really the discourse in our country right now, starting with politics, and I believe trickling down into so many areas of our lives. You were just telling me before we came back on, you have a story in the book about getting on a plane, kind of a challenge.
Yeah, in the introduction, after I kind of set up the book, talk about Scalise and actually the way people responded to Megan Barry when just on her when she lost her son, and some of the just awful posts that people had there. So, and I segue into the themes of the book, but I invite you to go on a journey. You know, we're so used in our culture of being comfortable. It's so important to us. Everything has to be right, comfortable. So we're used to that, but I want you to be comfortable, and I want you to go on this plane, and I lure you in. We're not on a Southwest plane. I like Southwest, but you know, they're efficient, but it's kind of crammy in there sometimes, right? And if you're flying 4 hours, it can be not much fun. But think about getting on this plane, going to Europe, incredible food, the best service you've ever had, you're comfortable. Then I want you to get really uncomfortable, because to get on this plane, you've got to pick someone you don't like, or you don't understand, or someone you might hate. And so I know some of
and sit next to them.
And sit next to them and have a conversation about what I present in the book. And what I seek to achieve is that you leave the plane realizing you have so much in common with this person. And you're on a plane with a Muslim and a Jew, a CEO with 4 houses, and a dishwasher making $12 an hour. You're on a really funky plane. And you and your friend. So for some people it's a politician, for some people it's someone's hurt them in their life, but love your enemy. It's so hard, but I challenge people, the reader, to do it. And I did it with the homeless guy and the homeless man and woman. So it's...
When you talk about loving your enemy, I just read Bob Goff's new book, Everyone Always, and he talks about when it comes to loving your enemy, what he's found works for him is doing it 30 seconds at a time. You do it for 30 seconds, and then you do it again, and then you do it, because it can be so challenging. Just every second feels like an hour. But if you just start with 30 seconds, and then 30 more seconds, that's the way he copes.
Find the humanity in little spurts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Regular practice.
It does. And you know, one thing that I think is so underrated, and we've touched on it a few times here, but I want to dig in, is the act of listening. It is a verb. You have to actually engage in doing it. It's not just hearing words go in and come out, but really listening to somebody. Doesn't happen very often.
Again, regular practice. So another thing for me was to go into circle with some folks. I have a friend, Mark Capolino, and some others, and he said it's kind of woo-woo, but we get together once a month, and it's a very diverse group of people, and we go have coffee on West End and in a quiet room, and we sit and listen to each other. And there's a piece of Aboriginal wood, holy wood, and some candles in the middle, and when you have the wood, it's your turn, and no one else can interrupt you.
Ooh, I like that. And
after a couple of months, we don't need the wood. We're in there listening. Lipscomb does the same thing. Lipscomb University has they're really doing a good job of getting out in the community, and so they've got a group, Christine Lalonde and Josh Helton and others facilitate. There's a lot of different diverse people, leaders, others that come in, and we have readings, and we pre-read some things of historical nature or something that's current, and we come in to discuss, and it is deep listening. You know, you come in with questions, and they ask you questions, but everyone has a fair shot at it. And so again, regular listening. Oprah did it on 60 Minutes when she went to Michigan, I believe, and she had 7 Trump voters and 7, you saw that? Wasn't that great? It
really was.
They were going at it.
Yeah.
The second time they came back 7 months later, they had given each other business cards. They went bowling together, they went out to eat together, they were going to the gym together, and they still, did this with some stuff, but they also acknowledged some good points on the other side, and then they gave hugs and left. So that's
clear difference.
That's
it's growth.
You can keep looking at, you can keep looking at cable stuff, or you can go out and see people. And
that's what you're encouraging people through this book, is really break out of your bubble. Even if you just dip your finger out the first time, just do it.
Don't be the 14 or 21% that doesn't have a friend, a Republican or Democrat friend.
Yeah.
Don't be that person.
I like that. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will wrap things up. Stay where you are.